So my experience of working on the Community of Practice, it was really refreshing, because although we all worked on our own individual projects, working continuously with our peers, and particularly peers from different disciplines, I found that was quite challenging, but really invigorating. And the fact that we all had a protective space to work in was really beneficial, you know. So I think it quickly became clear that although we were all peers from different disciplines, we all had quite similar challenges. We were all working within similar systems. And, you know, I think that really provided us with an opportunity to broaden our own thinking within our own discipline. And it also, I suppose, you know, it really supported effective change management from my perspective in terms of working on our own projects. I suppose the other really beneficial thing about it is that we were all being faced with the same changes as part of an organisation, and the whole change management elements of it, and we got an opportunity to see how our peers tapped into, you know, the change management guide and the different tools that they were using as part of their projects. So it certainly supported, I felt it very much supported me in terms of the project that I was doing, and also in my wider area of work. An awful lot of very positive tips, and an awful lot of, I suppose, very positive contributions that our peers made when, you know, when we were putting forward the challenges that we were facing individually. I suppose on another level as well, I felt it very much challenged my management style, because again, I got questioned on certain things that I was doing, and also got an opportunity to see how other managers would have managed things maybe slightly differently. So it definitely challenged my management style, made me go back to the change management guide and go back to all the different tools that are available, and to look at them very positively. I suppose maybe finally it was also an opportunity to work with people that were quite excited about the new RHA structures and what was going to be facing us going forward. And, you know, there was a little bit of element of we're all in it together. And, you know, it's great to have people, you know, that we're looking forward to this, you know, big organisational change and working and being determined to make that happen and being positive about it.
My experience was very much a group of people from very diverse services came together as a COP, a community of practice. I found that very beneficial. The structure we used was that people presented contemporary initiatives, and as expected, based on the people's backgrounds, these were very diverse. However, there is commonality among the issues that present, and these have already been well documented. However, the point I found very important was this: when these are depicted in real life terms, in people's real life experiences, I found that particularly powerful. I found that very thought provoking for everybody. The importance is where things are reinforced, or where issues that present in all services, and the way people dealt with them, managed them, got advice where it was required. I found that's particularly beneficial. I suppose just in terms of the presentations that were provided, some included very practical services like paediatric services. Some looked at legislation, one looked at information, and my own was involved in communication. When these are all brought together, there are aspects that can be very beneficial on a day-to-day basis, as well as for our own projects. And it reinforces that there is commonality among the issues, and there's also commonality among the solutions. The communication piece that we're involved in is very much to get patients to be able to contact our services in a much more efficient manner. The aspect that I certainly got from it was that patient representatives should be very much involved. and we have got patient representatives on our group now. It is something that we had thought about previously, but when we looked at the other services and the other issues that people had, the patient representative thing was very important for us.
My project was to implement a change within my department in bringing together two teams, and in order that we would be able to provide a better service to our users and also expand our team and have better support there also for the users. Through the tools I gained from the change management program, I know I have those to refer to, and they were great in helping me to scope out the project. And it meant I was able to standardise my project plan so that in implementing my project plan, I had a better communication platform so that I was able to bring together the right stakeholders and know who were the right stakeholders to include and who to communicate any updates and as we went along with the progression of the project. It also meant that in having my project fully scoped out, that I had a plan for any contingencies or any obstacles that came up along the way. I had a contingency plan so that nothing was going to delay my project overall. I knew that I was going to have a successful outcome at the end, and that the project was going to succeed in bringing about a change.
Well, the nature of my job as CNM3 in quality improvement for paediatric services across the CELTA group, it involves me working on and collaborating with others across the group to develop and to see projects through from beginning to end. I suppose my role consists of a lot of various projects. However, there's one particular paediatric project that I am part of that project team. It's an integrated paediatric project between the paediatric community and the acute services. So I have found my experience as part of a community of practice to have been very useful from the perspective of having a support group there, an advisory group that I felt very much a part of. And there was richness of feedback, particularly through presenting the various projects, and particularly that one project that I'm working on as part of a team. I would have found that the advice from the group was particularly helpful for me, where I was advised to make contact with my local project management office. And I had never really thought about that service and how it might be available to me to help to, do my job. So having made contact with my project management officer, that was one of the most helpful experiences that I've actually taken from being a member of the community of practice. I was able to get really practical advice. To also, I was given access to really user-friendly resources as well. And those resources were user-friendly insofar as they could be as simple or as complex as one needed it to be. So I've even found myself using those to manage my own projects, but to also help my peers across the CELTA group and the paediatric services to manage their own projects as well. So it has been a very useful participation for me.